Those sadly injured by a COVID-19 vaccine have become the forgotten victims of the pandemic. These are some of their stories, their voices that deserve to be heard.
Hi, I'm Sharon. I've got chronic pericarditis, COPD, and long COVID from my Pfizer vaccine. The hardest part about living with these injuries is not being able to do the things I once enjoyed, like walking, singing, dancing, basically enjoying life, and the sheer exhaustion I feel every day.
My name's Duncan, and I had perimyocarditis. Diagnosed with pericarditis on the 13th of December 21. In July I had another heart MRI, and I was told I was all clear of perimyocarditis. It had all resolved. Since then, I've continued with symptoms. The hardest part about this is there's no hard part. It's all hard. I have had a career of 20 years in the fire and rescue service. I now live in a mosquito dome with no health, no job.
Hi, my name is Kasha, and I had a reaction to the mandated Pfizer vaccine in 2021. This has left me with many different including long COVID, MECFS, POTS, fibromyalgia, MCAS, and endometriosis. I am now registered as disabled, and I am completely reliant on other people to care for me. I need the use of a wheelchair if I manage to leave my home bubble. The hardest thing about all of this is the isolation and bringing with it the depression, I guess. It is so hard waking up every day knowing you're going to be in pain, that you're going to be exhausted, and that you're just going to be stuck at home in your little bubble again.
Hi, my name's Cindy, and I had an adverse reaction to 2 COVID vaccines. The first was Pfizer 1. That night I had Bell's palsy, which resolved in the morning, but it reactivated Epstein-Barr virus. I was so sick the few weeks after that my doctor insisted that I get the booster. If not, I might end up in hospital and die. So I did, and I ended up with this long list of autoimmune, cardiovascular, and neurological diseases. Hashimoto's, cervical facet joint arthropathy, Epstein-Barr virus, glandular fever, mast cell activation syndrome, chronic myopericarditis, myocarditis fibrosis, Lichen sclerosis, and occipital neuralgia. The worst part about this is nobody knows what to do. Nobody knows how to help us. The government isn't helping. I've lost my job. I've lost my livelihood, and I don't have enough money to survive.
My name is Alyssa Kent. I received the AstraZeneca vaccine in May 2021. 10 days later, I suffered a catastrophic stroke as a result, rendering me in ICU for a month, multiple brain surgeries, and then months and months of recovery and rehab after that. As a result of my stroke, I'm no longer able to work full-time, unable to manage my fatigue. My career was incredibly important to me, and I'd spent the better part of 2 decades building that career, and it's all gone. And I think that's one of the biggest challenges for me and many other people affected by these vaccinations.
I'm Tan. I had a initial anaphylaxis allergic reaction and also blood clots and now permanent heart damage from myocarditis from 1 Pfizer jab. The hardest part about living with this injury is the gaslighting and just being abandoned, left to work it out ourselves, and grieving my old life. And yeah, financial strain definitely is a huge part of it too, because there's no help, there's no one taking responsibility, and we're just left.
Hi, I'm Claudine. I ended up with myocarditis, pericarditis, small fibre neuropathy and dysautonomia from my Pfizer vaccine, the first one. What I find the hardest is nothing is the same anymore. I have barely made a full pay in the last 3 years. I've probably missed 40 to 50% of my shifts this entire time, which has made it really hard to look after my children. Also, the constant dismissal and gaslighting, especially early on, by the doctors at hospitals and even my regular doctor I'd been seeing for years, being told that it was in my head and having to push to actually get tests done and a diagnosis. And of course, the government, who just wants to sweep everything under the rug.
Every part of this has been a battle. Every single part.